Hello and welcome back, or welcome in general, to another Swolasma video, or your first Swolasma video. Today we're going to be going over how to counter the RPO glitches in Madden. In a previous video, I showcased how to run them, the best ways to run them, just in general how to run them, what you're looking for, things like that, and how they counter the meta, and why they were really banned, and why they maybe shouldn't have been banned, because they do have counters. This video is kind of like why they shouldn't have been banned, because they do have a lot of counters. So for the first one, we're going to go through the first meta one, and that's gun deuce close. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so I'm going over gun deuce close, the RPO read bubble in trio offset weak, and then I'm also going to be going over the Ragusa 6 quick one, which has become very popular out of the gun doubles offset week in the spread playbook. But basically, most of them are in the KC playbook, so once again, we're starting with gun deuce close. So the first one we're going to call is RPO read flat wheel. We're going to showcase what it does against the meta. So if I'm calling Overstorm Brave here, like everyone likes to run, all you have to do is just throw it to circle, and it's a nice easy touchdown if they're just blitzing like that, right? And that's why it's so effective. That's why it was banned. But now I'm going to show you the counter to it. It's a very easy counter at that, right? So what you're going to want is you're going to turn your auto flip off, and you're going to run your slot corner opposite the running back. So if you have it on, the slot corner will be on the running back side. You kind of want it opposite the running back. So in this case, if they come out in gun deuce close, I'm going to have my slot corner on the left, right? I'm going to call Tampa 2. And what's important about this is you have default zone drops on, not match. You can't have match on, right? So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to pinch my defense like so, and I'm going to pass commit. The other thing you can do if you're worried about the run is you can sit right in this gap, and if they do hand it off, it's really easy to shoot that run, right? So you can feel safe pass committing, knowing your defenders don't need to worry about the run because you have it covered. You can also shoot the other runs in this book, or in this play specifically. So like this inside zone split, you can also run straight down and shoot it. If you can't shoot it, crashing up is a better way to shoot all these types of runs. And even then, your defense will play it. It's nickel normal, it's a strong run defense, and this is why I recommend it. Long story short, we're just calling cover 2 and we're pinching our defense. So R1 and down on the left stick, or if you're on Xbox, RB and down on the left stick. So I'm gonna call the play here, and you're gonna notice that RB is wide open. Now, why might RB be wide open? The reason RB is wide open is because your cloud flat defender is the pass defender. So if I do pass commit and move him out just a little bit, or you can maybe baseline him, which would have the same effect, they can't throw it anymore, right? That's a pick right to your defender. So baseline cover 2 is the best way to beat it, right? I kind of had to show you throughout the adjustments how they work before I went one by one. So now all together, we're calling cover 2 and we're baseline pressing. Just like that, we're sitting on the mid read, we're having the slot corner opposite the running back, and the pass defender you can see is the safety, so they can no longer throw R1. Your cloud will play that. That's a pick 6 going the other way. And if they do decide to throw it to anyone else, like if they have to instantly throw circle, for example, you'll see that your vert hook, I didn't pass commit that time. That's on me. That's on me, I didn't pass commit. So you baseline press, and pinch your defense, pass commit, just like so. And if I try to throw circle on break, you notice that my linebacker, although it's a linebacker, is there for another pick, right? So once again, all you're running here is baseline press cover 2, pinching the defense so you can shoot the gap, and with two baseline clouds. The reason this works is because the pass defender is now the safety instead of the corner. If I were to non-baseline and the pass defender ends up being the corner, then you know that R1 would be pretty wide open. So that's the importance of the baseline. If you don't like the baseline look, you do have an alternative here, and what you could do is just move outside this corner a little farther to the point where he wouldn't be the pass defender any longer, and this makes it even better because he plays the tight end just a little bit tighter if you don't want the baseline look. Just I know that a lot of people quick hike, so it's much quicker to do this, and then you're pretty much set up as long as you're on this guy here and pass committed. As long as you're right here, it's a lot quicker. But if you do have the time and your opponent's taking a little bit of time to actually call their play, you can just click onto this, I'm on the wrong side, you can click onto this corner and just move him out to the point where he's not the pass defender, and he will guard that R1 receiver, and of Of course, your vert hook will play that. And at that point, if I would have thrown it that late, it would have been an illegal man downfield. They have to throw it at the point where it's actually a streak. The other thing you can do is not press. I like pressing a lot, but if you actually just pinch your linebackers and pinch your defensive line and leave it stock, right? So you don't press, you just kind of do this and pass commit. So just pinch your defensive line, pinch your linebackers and pass commit. The read defender will not be the cloud flat. It'll actually be the safety, and they won't be able to throw anything here. This is R1. That's a pick. Of course, they catch it. I'm going to show on instant replay what would have occurred here. So R1 would be a pick, and circle you can see is covered on break, as well as the in route is covered by this vert hook. So whatever they did decide to throw, you know, is completely covered. So let's get into the next one. Now the next one is gun trio offset weak, the RPO read bubble. Now what you're going to want to call against this is, if you'd like, Overstorm Brave, or we can call something like cover 4 quarters. So I'm just going to call Overstorm Brave because I know a lot of you still like running that man meta, and if you don't, I'll show another zone coverage rendition. I'm going to show you the conceptual way to stop it and just a basic way to stop it. So the play is RPO read bubble. So all we're going to do here is we are going to press, because pressing is just that much better, and we are going to back off this corner here and pass commit. Now the reason this works is because the pass defender is that slot cornerback. The goal is to have the pass defender be responsible for the bubble receiver, or have someone who's not the pass defender be responsible for it. In general, we just don't want, we want the negation of the read defender. So we don't want the read defender to be the person responsible for the bubble screen. So what a lot of people will do, though, the best way to run it, from what I've seen, is they'll run it to the short side. So the read defender is the slot corner, allowing them to just throw this for an easy gain, pick up a couple blocks, hit a stiff arm, a juke, and you're gaining 10 yards guaranteed. But what you accomplish by pressing and backing off is that he is no longer the read defender, but he's actually no defender in this case, which is just as good as him being the pass defender. So if I go to throw this, he actually goes and runs and plays it. The other alternative here, the simpler alternative, would be, of course, just pinching your linebackers like so, and just running it like this. Now double check that he's not the read defender. You can see he's not the read defender. He is not the pass defender, but the goal is just to not have him be the read defender, right? You see what happens when he's the read defender. And we're going to pass commit, of course. Pass committing just helps if he ends up being the P or the pass defender. So in this case, you can see that ends up being a pick 6, right? If you don't like running this out of a man defense, that's completely fine. So the other way that you can actually do it, which I think is pretty neat, is you can, knowing that your slot cornerback, if there's only one, is going to get blocked, right? It's just going to be the way it happens. What you can do is man up the safety onto the circle receiver. Some people will be a little bit scared, but you can adjust around it. So like you can make it into a cover 3, or if you are that fearful or you worry they're going to quick hike verticals or something like that, what you can do is actually much easier. You can come out in cover 4, and as long as you have default zone coverage, it won't be a match coverage. It'll just be like cover 4 drop, which is in like 3-4 odd. So come out in cover 4, and all I'm going to do here is I'm going to man up the circle receiver with the safety, and I'm going to inside third the tight end side safety. So at this point, it's pretty much a cover 3 with outside quarters, which are usually a little bit better than thirds. If you're worried about the triangle receiver, you can man him up too. So just like that, and pass commit. Now the only reason I don't like this too much, it's good, do not get me wrong, it's a great counter, is because the safety takes a little bit of a long time to get there. It will defend it, but me personally, I would like a pick 6, and that's why I think the best way to do it is to come out in like a cover 1, pinch the defense, and have it like so, where he's not pressed, or he's the pass defender, right? So he's the pass defender here, and we know for a fact, since we're pass committed, he'll play it, and it'll likely be a pick 6. It becomes a very difficult read for them to make, and they'll just stop it in their tracks. Now let's go to the gun doubles offset. So I'm in this RPO orbit bubble in gun doubles offset weak. Very effective versus the meta. I'm going to showcase it versus the Overstorm Brave. So here we are, Overstorm Brave. This is why it was banned. All we're going to call, you see the pass defender is actually a blitzer, which makes it very easy for you to simply throw this receiver here, pick up a block, and get out, right? If you were running something like honorary lineman or anything like that, you would know that that would be an easy touchdown for you. So the way to counter it, as you might be able to presume, because someone's crossing the field, would actually be just to put a hard flat on, right? I wouldn't recommend doing it from the linebacker, so that's what I have done here. I don't think it's super effective, but what you can do is actually just call Tampa 2, right? And pass commit. Now, if you run Tampa 2 and pass commit, the pass defender is, of course, that linebacker, but that doesn't matter because everyone else on the field will be playing their responsibilities, playing their zone coverage responsibilities, and that cloud flat goes in and makes that tackle. If you do want to be even more aggressive though, you can switch to Tampa 2 and just pass commit. So I'm pressing and pass committing and hard flat. So if you have a hard flat, it'll play a little bit lower and it'll likely be able to stop this for a loss or possibly even get you a pick six. So I'm gonna throw it. Oh, I held the ball too long. See, as you can tell, I don't run these RPOs a lot. I run tight doubles, but that's whatever. All right. Run this one more time with a hard flat. So the hard flat, actually, I'm not in Tampa 2. See, a lot of stuff here. All right. So we're gonna run Tampa 2, pass commit with a hard flat, and I'm pressing. So once again, if you want to press your whole defense, pinch your line, all that, with only one adjustment, you press RB and down on the left stick, or R1 if you're on PlayStation, and down on the left stick. So right here, I'm gonna call the play, and I'm gonna go to throw to square. And you know, the hard flat play is actually a little more aggressive, but it ended up costing him. What else you can do if you're worried about putting the hard flat on the outside and you still want to keep your cloud flat is you can call Tampa 2 and put a hard flat on this slot cornerback. So all you have to do here is triangle and then triangle and then quick adjust. So triangle again, then X in this case. So for Josh Jones, in this case it'd be, you know, if you're on Xbox, it's YY and then square, or yeah. Is it square? No, it's not square. It's A. I'm getting a lot of these buttons mixed up. Well, I'm gonna go over it again. So if you're on PlayStation, it's triangle, triangle, X, and then left on the left stick. If you're on Xbox, it's YYA, and then left on the left stick. And pass commit. So if you run that hard flat from the slot cornerback and pass commit, likely the most effective way to stop this, that right there is the easiest pick six you'll ever get, right? Just a hard flat from the slot cornerback, pass committed. But if you do want to just run something more coverage based, you can get into cover 2 and just pass commit, right? This also works great against cover 3 because you can just press, pass commit, and shade down, which is, so R1 down on the left stick and then triangle and then down on the right stick. So it's a very quick adjustments. So if you're worried about them quick snapping you, so this is cover 3. And right there, we also get that pick six. Very, very easy to stop. And that kind of concludes the video. That's the best way to stop all of the RPO glitches. I really hope I helped. And if I did, drop a like. And if I helped today, chances are I'll help tomorrow. So drop a sub. Anyways, thanks for watching and have a great day.